Hello, my name is Michelle Hobbs, and I am taking the part two of exam two. Let me open up my notes. All right, question one. A research council wants to estimate the mean length of time in minutes the average US adult spends watching television using digital video recorders each day to determine, excuse me. To determine this estimate, the Research Council takes a random sample of 20 US adults and obtains the times in minutes below. The minutes are 24, 27, 26, 29, 33, 21, 18, 24, 23, 34, 17, 15, 19, 23, 25, 29, 36, 19, 18, 22. Um, let's see. From past studies, the Research Council assumes that S is 4.3 minutes and that the population of times is normally distributed. Construct construct a 99% confidence interval for the population mean. What is the point estimate, the level of confidence, the critical value, and the margin of error? Okay, give me a minute. This is a long one. I need to make sure I read my notes right so I can calculate it all correctly. Okay. Mm, 23, 34. Hmm. All right, let's see. I think I entered 90%. It needs to be 99% confidence interval. All right, so let's see. Sample size. Confidence level is the confidence level is the percentage. I do know that, so that's going to be 0.99 confidence level. And then the point estimate, calculate the margin of error. So for 99% confidence level, the critical value is 1 minus 0.99, which equals 0.01. And then you're going to do that divided by 2 equals, so that'll be 0.01 divided by 2, which equals 0.005. So the critical value for 0.005 is 2.576. So I'm just going to put 2.576, 2.58. And then for the margin of error, I'm going to take the estimate. So the point estimate is the margin of error. Is 22. I know that from calculating the sum of the data points, which is 440 divided by 20 equals 22. Critical value, got that. And then the margin of error is going to be the 2.576 times 4.3 over 4.472. So the critical value is 2.576. Then the margin of error is 2.476. Still trying to figure out what is the point estimate. I'm hung up on the point estimate because I'm getting a weird number. Okay, so I think the lower bound, um, oh, the confidence interval is, it's going to be this down here. The lower bound is 21.6. And then the upper bound is 26.6. And then this is going to be the population mean because that is what we're looking for up here. It is stated. Um, Population, the point estimate. Oh. All right. Determine the minimum sample size required when you want to be 95% confident that the sample mean is within 1 unit of the population mean and um and mu equals 4.8. Assume the population is normally distributed. What is the level confidence, the critical value, the margin of error, and the sample size? Okay. So the confidence level is always the percentage, so 0.95. And then let's see. Calculating the critical value is going to be 1 minus 0.95, which equals 0.05. Then you are going to take that and divide it by 2, which is going to be 0.025. Therefore, the critical value comes out to 1.96. The margin of error is going to be 1 for this. And then the minimum sample size eight. minimum sample size is going to be 1.96. So the critical value times the 4.8, and then you're going to put that over the margin of error, which is 1. And then you're going to multiply that by 2. So you're going to now have 9.408 times 2, which equals 88.510464. So that's going to be 89 if you round up. All right. In a survey of 2,303 US adults, 734 believe in UFOs. Construct a 90% confidence interval for the population proportion of US adults who believe in UFOs. What is the point estimate, the level of confidence, the critical value, the margin of error? Yeah, okay. So some of these I just can do off the top of my head here. Um, let's see. So survey of 2303. Um, so level of confidence is 0.90 because it's 90%. Hmm. The critical value comes out to 1.645. 700. Hmm. Okay, so the point estimate is going to be 734 divided by, so this number divided by this number, the 2303. So that's going to be 0.3184, but I'll just write 318. And then I already got that. And then The margin of error is so to calculate the margin of error, I'm going to do the 1.645 and I'm going to times that by 0.3187, the point estimate, multiplied by 1 minus 0.3187 over 2,303. And so we are breaking that down to then be 1.645 times 0 point, it's a big number, 0.09709. So I think the margin of error is 0.01597, but I'm going to make it smaller, so 0.015, or do I round up? And then the lower bound is going to be this. The confidence interval. The lower bound is 0.3187 minus the 0.01597, which equals 0.3027. So I'm going to do 0.303. And then the upper is going to be 3187 plus 0.1597, which is going to be 0.335. And we are finding out the population proportion. Population proportion. Oh, that's the last one. Now I finished recording the session and upload the link on Google Drive. Please note that you can retake the exam. Please give me time to grade.